Uh, yeah. And it's going down. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I know you know what I'm talking about. It's going down now. It's the daily go get optimism show. It's going down right now. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships. Thursday is on right now. How y'all feeling, man? I hope you're feeling real good, like I am, and I think that you should be. Now, it's gonna be a good one. See, Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. It's the daily go get optimism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. So the daily go get optimism show, right? And it is Let's Get Real About Relationships Thursday. Tonight we got a question. We got a situation that we need to talk about. And it's probably something that we think about, but we probably haven't put all that much thought into it. Should the person that has custody of the kids, if you have young kids and you get divorced, should you automatically get the house if there's a house being split up in a divorce settlement? In other words, for the most part, should a father or should a husband give up his house to his divorced ex-spouse because she got the kids? Because she got the kids, should you find somewhere else to live if she got the kids? That's what we talking about. Asking this question, going for the suggestion. It's gonna be all right, yeah. You know it's gonna be okay. We talk about it. Hey, Carol Chamberlain, me favoritas all up in the house. My brother Ansel Jones, yeah, Baltimore. Can't leave him alone. That's what I'm talking about. How y'all feeling, man? I hope y'all feeling like real men and real women should, because I know I am. Stacey Yvette White holding it down for the D. All day, every day, no days off. That's what's up, T. Carey, right? Morning, noon, and night. Always good to have you right there at my site. So that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about a little bit about marriage, a little bit about divorce, a little bit about children, a little bit about custody, a little bit about assets, splitting up assets. Now, first of all, if you get divorced, it's a blessing that you even have a house to talk about, because many people get divorced and they really don't have any assets to split up. There is no need for divorce court if you do not have any assets. A lot of people don't even know that. You know, you watch divorce court on TV, and that's not even real divorce court. That's nothing but small claims court dealing with couples who have either broken up. Most of the people that are on divorce court aren't even married. I'm talking about the show divorce court. They aren't even married. They have the before your vows type of thing. And, you know, shout out to Judge Lynn Toller, because she did a hell of a job building that brand for divorce court during the time that she was there. Judge Faith Evans now is the divorce court lawyer. I mean, the divorce court judge on the show Divorce Court. And honestly, she's just not as good as Lynn Toller. Lynn Toller put her heart and soul into it, and she had a certain type of energy and compassion for and understanding for the litigants and for the situation for divorce court that I just don't see in Judge Faith. Maybe Judge Faith is just too young. And she ain't really all that young, but she looks young. Can't deny that. But anyway, nonetheless, forget about the show Divorce Court. This don't have nothing to do with that. One thing you'll never see on the show Divorce Court, and this is how you know that it's small claims court, is you never hear them dividing up any real assets, like a real car over $10,000, because small claims court is anything under $5,000. So you talking about a house, you talking about way more than $5,000. That's why you'll never see that on this show. So in real life, yeah, you may have owned a house before you got with your spouse. You the owned a house before you got with your spouse. Yo, this was my house. House. And ain't nobody gonna take it from me. But you got married and you gotta divide half. Everything that you got when you marry is all half. Yo, whatever you own, now you half own. And if you stay or whether you're alone, you got divided up and it's gonna go down like that. Yeah. Did you lose your crib? Yeah, you might have, and it's going down like that. No, you can't laugh. Carol Chamberlain says, Judge Maybelline was my favorite. I did like, yo, Judge Maybelline was hot. I ain't gonna front. Because when Lynn Toler took over for Judge Maybelline, I was like, but she did a lot for the show. Over the years, I was feeling. But yeah, I can rock with you on that. Judge Maybelline was dope. Okay. In real life, you may have owned a house and moved your spouse in your house when y'all got married. And so that house became your house. A lot of people don't understand that. They think, they think like they have some secret or unwritten prenuptial agreement where whatever you had coming into the marriage is what you leave with, except for the things that you accumulate in the marriage. And it doesn't work that way. So if you 100% owned a home before you got married, when you got married, you sacrificed 50% of that home, the assets of that home. Yeah. You can't divide up a house like a sandwich. But what you can do is sell the home or sell your parts of the assets in a home. Shout out to all of my people who have been married and have been divorced, and they know exactly what I'm talking about. It can be a very stressful situation, but the situation that we're going to talk about tonight is when you have children and you get divorced. Children who still live in the home. Children where there is a custody dispute or where there is custody as an issue of divorce. So one of y'all is either going to have full custody of the children or partial custody of the children. In a situation where one parent has complete custody of the children and there is a house that has to be divided as far as assets is concerned, should the parent or the spouse, ex-spouse, who has custody of the children automatically get the house? And I'm not even talking about what the court says. I'm talking about what you say, what your feelings are on this matter. What do you think? Now, we know many men have gotten into this situation. Many men have balked at this situation. Many men have been pissed off about this situation. And many men have said, you know what? Hey, I know I love my babies. I even still love my spouse, my ex-wife. Go ahead, take the house. I make decent money. I'll go live in an apartment or whatever for a while, and I'll get another house when I'm ready. Whatever. But y'all go ahead. Y'all chill in the house. There are certain advantages to it because honestly, if a man, and fellas, I suggest that you listen up closely to this. If a man provides housing for his children, he can get out of paying child support. 100%. 100%. Ask me how I know. Go ahead, ask me. I dare you. Okay, I'll tell you how I know. Let's just say I'm very close to multiple situations where a man that I know, who I'm very close to, never had to pay court-ordered child support. But when he was taking the child support, his trump card was this. I provide them a place to live. And this is the value of the home. And if they were renting this place, this is how much it would cost. But I'm giving them that. And they don't have to pay me anything. Judge, like, in all reality, I would only be charging this much for child support. And he's giving you all this. Ma'am, I think you better take that deal. And he did. Now, he still provided financial support for his kids. But the bottom line is, as far as the courts were concerned, he was clear. And that's what you want to be. Now, that's a choice that he made. And luckily, he was in the financial position to be able to do that. Not every man is in that position. Some men are like, hey, this is my house. I built this house. Or this was my parents' house. Or I put a lot of money into this house. And I'm not trying to give up this house. But many people feel like, well, why would you take the house that your kids grew up in and uproot them? First of all, you don't uproot somebody from a house. You uproot somebody from a neighborhood. You uproot somebody from a lifestyle. You uproot somebody from their friends and their loved ones. You don't uproot somebody from their house. You move. It happens all the time. But a home is a very emotional purchase, so I can understand what you're talking about. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily, the Daily Get Amism Show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Down, baby. Down, baby. Down, baby. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R's. The Daily Go Get Amism Show all up in your area. Tonight on the Daily Go Get Amism Show, as I was explaining earlier, we are asking the question: should the person who has custody of the kids in a divorce settlement get the house? What do you think? Should your spouse get the house because she got the kids? Or should your spouse get the house because they got the kids? Now, this is like I said, many men have gone through this, and many people think that this is a male quandary. This is a male situation, and it's not. Not all situations involve the mother of the kids having custody. There are plenty of men who get custody of their kids. So let's say a man who is the father of the kids gets custody of the kids. Should that man get the house? Should he be able to stay in the house? And Shorty got to go find somewhere else to live. Or is it that old gender double standard? Should it be like the man? If a man was a real man, he'd give up the house. If a man was a real man, he'd give up the house. If a man was a real man, he'd go find another crib to live in, and you would shouldn't understand. If a man was a man, he would never stand up and take shit from his wife and his kids like he did. Oh, bitch ass nigga. Oh, bitch ass nigga. Oh, bitch ass nigga. Look, he snatched his kids, his wife. He's still bitter over the divorce and shit. Hey, there are a lot of feelings, a lot of twists and turns to this whole story. But I want to know what y'all think. Should whoever has custody of the kids automatically get the house? If there's a house involved in a divorce settlement, should whoever has the kids get the house? This ain't a hard. Well, it can get a little complicated. And with the examples that we're going to put up, we're gonna think about this a little bit, and we're gonna see how complicated it can get. Because we can ask this question of a couple that's not married. Let's say that, y'all are close to common law, like y'all been living with each other or dealing with each other for a long time. Y'all got kids together. And I do know people who had 2 and 3 children together and never been married. So let's say y'all finally stop trying anymore. Like, we actually gonna break up. Yeah, I know we got 3 kids together, but guess what? It's over. Well, there are plenty of things that unmarried couples do that married couples do, like buy a home, like share assets, like buy things on credit in each other's names, have joint accounts, things like that. There are plenty of things that unmarried couples do that married couples do. But in a situation where it is an unmarried couple, should a man give up his crib when he breaks up with his baby mom because she has the kids? Should he leave his crib? It might have been his crib. His crib. His name is the only one on the deed. Her name ain't on that deed. Now, we ain't talking about no renting situation. We're not going to get into all of that because that's an easy one. Whoever's name is on the lease, that's what it is. Now, we can get into a lot of right and wrong, but we're not here to talk about that today. Today, we're talking about real assets, either real marriage or real property, where there is ownership. Should whoever has custody of the kids get the house? My big sis, Robbie Ming. My big sis, Robbie Ming, here to do a thing. It's good to see you, Queen. And Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. Charlene. Charlene. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight? Good to see me. Always. Carol Chamberlain says, personally, if the children are young, why not leave the children in the home where they are accustomed to living? Well, I'm glad you asked that. And I'll be more than happy to answer that. Because it might not be the other spouse's house. They may not fucking deserve it. They may not fucking deserve to live in the house with the kids. They may not even deserve to have the kids, but it may just be that the court awarded them the kids. It may be that way. Let's say, all right, you want to look out for your kids. You want to look out for your babies, right? But let's say it's a situation where your spouse is the fucking reason that y'all aren't together today. They wouldn't stop cheating. It ain't always the man who cheats. Yo, ask me how I know. It ain't always the husband that is out there acting like a little hoe. It ain't always the husband that is so damn trifling. It ain't always the husband, but he gonna still get the ass in. And it happens like that. It be like that sometimes. It happens like that. It be like that sometimes. It happens like that. It be like that sometimes. That joint is grimy. She got a lot of grime. Yo, she greasy as hell, and she treated that motherfucker like she should have been in jail. What's going on, Cherry Dana? What's going on, Cherry? A Cinderella Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with famous Cinderella Dana Dane. Well, it's the woman Dana Dane with fame. What's going on, Dana Dane? It's good to see me some of you. But yeah, straight up and down. Now, like I said, a house is a very emotional purchase. It's a very emotional purchase. Now, imagine you spending your life pouring all of your time, money, and energy into a crib. And then you poured even more time, energy, and love into your marriage. But your spouse, they weren't doing that. They were nothing but leeches. You know, they did nothing but sabotage y'all relationship, y'all union. All they did was backbite. All they did was usurp. All they did was fuck around behind your back and talk shit about you. But they have custody of the kids. You know the way that your children feel about their mother, and or their father, whatever, however it goes. And you like, if I take my kids away, this is a tough ass situation. If I take my kids away from their mother, they're gonna blame me. I will never have the right relationship with my kids if I take my kids away from their mom. So even though the bitch is dead wrong, I gotta go ahead, let her have the kids and go see my kids and act like it was even Steven when it was definitely an unbalanced scale. Because if I take the kids, if I get custody of the kids as a man, everybody is going to look at me like, how you going to take the kids? How you going to take your kids away from their mother? We know that she ain't all the way right. We know, but you can't do that on some sour grape shit though. Oh, you can't do that. And not only that, but your kids ain't going to understand. They're too young to understand that mommy was wrong. And that ain't none of their business anyway, because that's grown folks' business. And you bet not be petty and go running your mouth about the details of why mommy and daddy ain't together no more in that area. So you got to stand up and be a man about it. You got to be a real man about it. You have to be a man that you probably aren't about it. You understand what I'm saying? So, all right, you have to give up your kids. That's more emotional than anything. And then on top of that, everybody looking at you like you going to give them the house. The fuck? What? What? Why? So let me get this straight. I got to give up my kids. I got to give up my house. And then I got to go find a place to live. And I'm not wrong. Okay, we're going to sweeten the pot a little bit. Hey, yo, Caro. Hey, yo, Caro. Hey, yo, Caro. We going to sweeten the pot, Mom. Check this out. Let's say not only was your wife trifling, but she make more money than you. And the money that you did make, and that you was, I'm not saying that you didn't make a good salary, but the money that you did make and that you did give because you gave freely, she banked all of that shit, hid all of that shit, or spent all of your money and saved all of her money. She makes more money than you. She got the kids, she got the house, and she got a better salary than you. You giving up that house? You giving up that house? Well, you might. But do you have to? Is it automatic? Do you understand? Do you have any compassion? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 bow, bow, wow. Cherry says, this subject is touchy for me. I was granted about $1,300 a month for my ex-husband. We had two properties, the fights, the anger. I wind up walking away from everything. That energy was changing me. I understand, Cherry. I know what you mean, Dana Dane. And so you really get it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. When you know in your heart of hearts, you're not wrong. But you got to walk away. You got to be the bigger man, or in your case, the bigger woman, in a situation where you ain't got no business being a bigger nothing. But everybody looking at you, or at least that's how you feel, they looking at you like, You gonna be petty? That's what you gonna do? You gonna show your kids that pettiness? Look, brother, you need to give that house up. A real man would just go ahead and give up the house. And that may be true. But is it right? I'm not so sure about that shit. So we into it now, right? Y'all get it? Y'all know what I'm talking about? I hope you do. Oh. We're not done. In a divorce settlement where there are assets, money is a big deal. So if it was never a situation or a concern about who makes more money when you get divorced, oh yes, it will be a concern. Because whoever makes the most money, that's the one who's going to have to pay the spousal or the child spousal spouse support, child support. You only pay child support when you don't have custody of your kids. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, you did. You know what I'm talking about. It went down and now you're not married no more. You're a clown, at least that's how you feel. You're not a clown. Everything is good. Don't let them make it feel like that. It's understood between people. It's matters of the heart. We're going to talk about this shit from the beginning and the start until the end. I'm talking to you, my friend. Let's get into this shit. I mean, all the way in. All right. Carol Chamberlain said, at Omar, smart woman, LOL, looking out for the future. Yeah, that's the only thing, but she was trifling. That's the only thing. Yeah, she was smart. You know, if you want to defend selfishness, okay, she was smart in that instance or whatever. But she wasn't right. She wasn't right. You know, there are a lot of people who get married and the whole time in their marriage, they're preparing for divorce. I know people who have done it. They're married and they're playing the role, but they're really just practicing for divorce. That's why you hiding things. That's why you putting things away. You're preparing to be single, but right now you are married. And that's when you know you ain't had no business getting married. If you're not willing to give all in that union, you don't need to be married. You can have other situations that are similar to marriage that aren't married. Are marriage though. You ain't got to do that. Carol Chamberlain says he eventually lost the house within 2 years. Hold up, what you talking about? What you talking about? You got an example? If you do, I don't see it. Okay, wait a minute. What y'all got here? Charlene says, I believe whoever has custody of the children should keep the house, especially if they've been in a long relationship. Okay. If that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. I'm not so sure that I think that it should be that way automatically. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. You know, now, and that's one of the things that can change the whole scope of the marriage or the situation. Other people getting involved, saying how they think that things should go or what's right and what's wrong. Like, yeah, I know that such and such didn't do this, that, and the third, but fuck your feelings. But fuck your feelings. But I said, but fuck your feelings. Be a man. Be a man. Should whoever has the children, whoever has custody of the children automatically get the house in a divorce settlement? What do you think? What do you think? Charlene says yes. And I'm sure she's not the only one. Make sure that y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. It's the Daily Go Getimism Show. It's the Daily Go Getimism Show. Subscribe. Daily Go Getimism Show. Subscribe. Daily Go Getimism Show. Share the 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 show. Yeah. I think that there are mitigating situations, mitigating circumstances in every situation that you could be in. So whereas if these types of situation, no, if these types of circumstances don't exist, then yeah, maybe you should just say, yo, give up the house. You know, let your kids have a place to grow up in, and you know, where they're safe and where they are used to and where they can flourish. Fine. However, if it's a situation where the kids may not be all that safe. Okay, for example, O.J. Simpson. Remember the O.J. Simpson trial? Now, the O.J. Simpson trial was an interesting situation where his wife was murdered. But some of the situations that existed in their marriage was that, you know, she was a little busy. You know, I'm not saying that Nicole Brown Simpson was a cheater necessarily, but she was a little busy, had a little drug problem, whatever. Anyway, she got custody of the kids that they had together. And, you know, she was rumored to have been running around with little drug lords, and, you know, she was in the drug culture, and that's not a deniable fact. She was definitely in the drug culture, and that could have been one of the things that wound up getting her murdered. OJ gave up that crib, and one of the reasons why he kept having run-ins with her on the negative side is because he didn't feel like his kids were in a safe condition. He didn't feel like that. You know, she was always coming to him for money for drugs. And it was said that she was blackmailing him. She had pictures of when he beat her up. And she threatened to release those pictures to the public. And he felt like it was going to be the end of his career if he was seen as a woman, as a wife beater. He thought that would be the end of his career. We should know by now it probably wouldn't have been, but you know how it is when you feel like something is going to bring your doom. I see that we have a caller on the line. Caller on the line. Caller on the line. Caller with the last numbers 8658. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this evening? What's good?
Good evening.
Well, good evening to you.
I posted a comment that said, I walked away with my children. To hell with them power bricks. He eventually lost the house 2 years later.
Oh, okay.
That's the part
well, that's because it don't exist. Where is it? Where is it?
Oh my God. Do you see the picture of the bricks?
No, I really don't.
Okay, right underneath my comment that says, "Oh, at Omar, smart woman looking out for the future."
Yeah, I
right underneath.
Okay, let me see if it popped up. No, there's nothing there.
I can see it.
Okay. Well, you know what? I told y'all that y'all chat is different from mine, but there's nothing there. There's definitely no pile of bricks or there's there.
But anyway, I really think that, and this is just my opinion, but see, I wasn't given the option to stay. I was more or less like, you can leave. Okay, so of course I wasn't gonna leave my babies.
Right.
Okay, so I know that karma is not always a bad thing, but something came back and bit him in the ass because 2 years later he was homeless. But me and the kids was cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it's a smart woman who squirrels away for the future. If you the situation you're in kind of lets you know stuff might go south,
Yeah.
you better be prepared.
Yeah.
That's why I made that comment.
I understand.
You see?
Yeah.
So all men are not bad. All men are not going to put their spouse and their children out. Most men that I know, and I do say that they are men, they'll walk away from it. You know, look, I don't care how nasty she was. She's the mother of my kids. I got to make sure my kids are safe. And that's basically what it's about. Now, mine, on the other hand, he didn't give a damn about me. He didn't give a damn about the kids, but I tell you, he really didn't give a damn about me. Okay? But that's just, that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. All right. So you decided to walk away from the situation. All right. Now your husband didn't feel the need to give you the house, even though you had custody of the children. Now, did y'all buy the house together, or did he own the house before y'all got married? Or what was the situation with that?
Okay, we got married, we rented, then we bought. I put up money towards the settlement, but after I left, I realized that my name was never on the house. He used his GI Bill.
Okay. Yeah.
You wanted to sweeten the pot. Now I'm gonna sweeten it a little.
Good.
Bit more.
Yeah. Sweeten the pot. Make Kool-Aid out of the pot.
I just did.
Okay.
Dirty, rotten scoundrel.
Well, see now you see how trifling that situation is. Now, okay, so even though hindsight is 2020, let's say if you could go back and let's say the situation was different, the circumstances were different. So let's say your name was on the deed, and you own 50% of the house, and so you knew that if you went to court for it, that you could keep the house, or at least be able to sell the house and get 50% of the assets. Would you have done it, or did you feel like you needed to just leave the situation and leave him just for your own safety and peace?
I needed a clean break. I can't emphasize the words clean break.
Okay.
Enough.
I hear you.
There was a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
So I didn't squirrel away a whole lot of money. What I squirreled away was what I could do off of my money. Because trust and believe, the brother wasn't bringing his in.
Okay. Yeah, that's a touchy situation.
That's a different situation.
Yeah, but because some spouses take their triflingness to a whole nother level. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it sounds like he made your decision easier, in that the best decision for you was probably just to get away from the situation, because he sounds dangerous, to be honest with you. So,
well, he was. That was another factor.
But in a different,
another factor.
Okay. But in a different situation, let's say, all right, let's do it like this. Let's say it was your son. Your son, bought this house. He had been paying on the house for a good minute. and he married this girl. Now, you knew that this girl wasn't that good for him, but he loved her. You know how it go. She had the good, and he was his nose was wide open, wide. You couldn't tell him nothing. So she was halfway good for him, and that she made him feel good. He felt better being with her, but you knew that the future for the both of y'all, for the both of them, probably wasn't that good or that solid. But as the marriage went on, they had kids. They had one. They had two. Okay, now she got two kids, two young children, and she starts cheating on your son. Now you know it. You may have known it before your son knew it, but then he finally got wind of it. He was brokenhearted and pissed off and ready to bust a cap and all that kind of shit. I mean, you say to your son, well, listen. I'll stand by you with whatever you do, but don't go making the situation worse by putting your hands on her or anything like that. But if you wanna go ahead with divorce proceedings, I got your back. I can get you a lawyer. It'll go down the way it go down. All right. Now, he tries to work it out with his wife. It ain't working out. So they go ahead with the divorce. And it's time to divide up the assets. Now, she's entitled to half of the house. And she is going to have custody of the kids. That's the agreement that they came up with. Are you encouraging your son to give up the house?
I'm not going to step my foot in that situation. That's his decision to make.
Okay.
He's got kids. He knows from where he came from, but he didn't find out until he was an adult. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And something came up, and he said to me, Mom, why didn't you ever tell me that? It wasn't for you to know. That was me. You survived, and whatever. So I wouldn't step in it because nobody stepped in my mess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
My dad loved the ground I walked on. The only thing he said to me, until you get on your feet, the house is empty, go home. And I went home until I could get myself situated to do what I needed to do. So no, I wouldn't step in there.
Okay.
As a woman, my feelings would be that those kids need to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather they be in the house than for her to be dragging them from place to place. But I couldn't tell my son that. That would have to be his decision. Because later on, who knows? They might hook back up again, even though they're divorced.
Okay.
Okay. It's happened.
All right. Well, without advising him of what to do, what do you think? How do you feel? Do you feel like the house that he moved her into, that he should give it up because, that he should give it to his wife because she has custody of the kids?
I'm a little on the fence, but I'm still going to lean towards let her have the house.
Okay.
Because in the long run, you'll do that again. Maybe next time you'll be a little wiser in making another purchase like that. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. But, okay. No, I understand where you're coming from. I think that it's a tough situation to advise a married couple in what they should do, especially at a divorce. During a divorce, it's a very emotional time because sometimes you want to get divorced. Sometimes you want to get divorced and don't want to get divorced at the exact same time. Like, that it's best for y'all to separate, but your heart is in you beating, saying, I don't give a fuck what's best. I know what feels better. I'm best. And even though this person doesn't make me feel good and they're not in it to win it, I know I feel better when they're around than when they're gone. Sometimes that's just what your heart tells you. So it's hard to make a really informed situation sometimes when there's still love involved in a marriage situation. It's tough. So
yeah, but then some people confuse love with lust. And there's always that comfort zone. Sometimes you're so comfortable in a situation that you don't want to step off and start again. Does that make sense to you?
No, it does. It does. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. I get it. But speaking from this from a position where I'm removed from emotion, where maybe I don't know either one of the people that's involved in the marriage, and just looking at it from a logical standpoint where I'm able to take my heart out of it, I'm going to say, no, I'm not so sure that you should automatically get the kids because, you should automatically get the house because you have the kids. I'm not even sure if you should automatically get the kids just because you're a woman. I'm not sure. That's not always the best situation. It's just not. But I'm
going to say this. Every mother is not, every woman who has a child is not a mother, just like every man who fathers a child is not a father. I'm going to leave that right there. So to answer your question, if she's not a mother, then she can roll.
Well,
if you've got somebody who's taking very good care of your kids, your kids are going to be safe. And I'm speaking from a woman's point of view. I would think that a man, because this is what I come from. I come from a strong breed of men. You don't do that. You walk away, but you still take care of home. But that's just the way the men in my life, in my family were. So that's what I have to look at.
Yeah, I can do it. I guess I look at it like this. There are times when a parent may be a decent. Okay, no. There may be times when a parent a parent has the appearance of being a good parent, a good mother or father, but they're really not. I don't know how you can be a good mother or father when you consistently give off a bad example to your children. You understand what I mean? It's like this.
Yeah.
Now, let's say it's a situation, and many of us are familiar with this situation where a man is a terrible husband. He might be abusive. He may be a drunk, or he getting high, whatever. But maybe he gives the children everything that they want. He provides for them. He's nice to them. He's good to them. So he has the appearance of a good and concerned and gentle father. But people are ignoring the fact that he's allowing his children to also see his demons, his devilish, demonic side. He's showing them his violent side toward the mom, or he's trifling enough to let his kids see him cheating or whatever. But he don't do nothing to them. He's always there for them. He'll never let anybody disrespect them or harm them in any kind of way. He's Johnny on the spot. He's Superman to the rescue, all that kind of shit for his kids. But he's none of that. He's none of those things to their mom. And they witnessed this. And it could be a situation where it's not even their biological mother. You understand what I'm saying? It could be a situation where it's their stepmother that he's disrespecting and treating really badly. So he might feel like, well, it ain't like it's their mom that I'm doing it to, like it's just, this is the lady that they didn't like in the beginning anyway, but they like her now. And even if they didn't like her, he's not showing them a good example. So he's actually ruining them while he thinks that he's treating them well. Nobody better not ever fuck with my kids. Nobody ever better ever put their hands on them. Nobody better do this, that, and the third. But you let them see you put your hands on this person, that person, and the woman that you call your wife and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, you protect them, but at the same time, you show them all of the wrong ways to be. So you're not, to me, you're not a good father in that circumstance. But some people will say he is. Oh, he a bad boyfriend. Huh?
They're looking from the outside. They're looking from the outside. I'm gonna need you to stop telling my story, okay? So you hit a whole lot of points.
Well, you need to stop. Stop calling me and telling me everything that happened to you, and maybe I'll stop snitching on you. It ain't snitching if you right there.
I didn't want nobody to know. I wouldn't talk about it. I wouldn't even talk about it if I didn't want nobody to know. Maybe I can put something out there that somebody else won't walk into.
Yeah, but my point is, yeah, no, but my point is, it's very subjective whether you are a good mother or a good father. You know what I'm saying? You can give off the appearance that you are a very good parent and just a bad boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, but it's really not like that. You're not that good. People think that when you buy things for your children, if you provide for them financially, people ignore a whole lot of trifling shit that parents do, or that, they just do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear people say it all the time. Those kids ain't want for nothing. Yeah, unless what they wanted was a good example, some love, and a model that they could follow. Yeah, hopefully they didn't want that.
You don't buy kids. You don't buy kids.
Some people do.
You can't buy. Well, I'm gonna put it this way. You can, when you raise children, to only look for the material.
And you know what that's about. I know you done see. You done seen it. I saw it. You saw it before me.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's this whole thing is like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole conversation, this whole topic is a double-edged sword, because the scenarios can be so varied.
Yeah.
So to me, and I'm just going to say this, there is no one answer to this.
That's
all.
true. Well, that's really a fact. Right. I agree with you on that.
We're going to give opinions of different scenarios.
Yeah.
So that's my sense.
Well, yeah, but that's just the reason why I can't say automatically that somebody should get the house. They may not deserve it, or it just may not be a good look, or that may just be in line with all of the rest of the wickedness that they have perpetrated. And I just don't think that it should be an automatic thing. I know that when my mom and my dad got divorced, my dad easily gave up the house, and he didn't have another house. He lived in an apartment with who would later become my stepmom. He moved in with her, helped her with however they did it. Then they got a house, and they started buying houses and whatever, as he started his life over again. But we did stay in the house that we grew up with. He was being a man about that, I mean, because to be honest with you, had he made us move somewhere, his dead wrong level would have just been, man, it would have been through the roof. Like, you can't do all the things that you've done and then do that. But guess what? Some men have done that. They've done it and didn't give a fuck. At least that's how it seems.
And I've known women that had walked away from very good men because they thought the grass was greener on the other side.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put it all on a man. But I know one woman to today that if she could go back and if he would have her after about 15 years, she'd go back because her life has been a living hell since she left that man.
It's been 15. It's been like 15 years, you said?
Yeah.
Well, do you think
the brother moved on?
Yeah, I mean,
he moved on.
And would it be?
He wasn't gonna sit around and wait for her.
Well, even besides that, who's to say that after all of this time, if they got back together, it would be any good anyway? That man then learned some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you in a good position when somebody is all hot for you and scared of you. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the person that you went with is actually scared of you, scared that you won't leave them, scared that you won't love them, scared that you won't be there. You know, they scared. And once that person stops being scared, the whole game changes. It ain't the same.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does. She hates the fact that I, and his new lady that he's been with, they don't want to get married. Okay? They just enjoy the relationship the way that they have it. But she's upset with me because I'm still friends with him. And I like his lady. She's cool with me.
Mm-hmm.
She don't bother me. I don't want her. You know? But
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But like I told her, that's because you did wrong. And you thought he was going to stay there and continue to put up with it. And he just rolled. She came home one day from work and he was gone, lock, stock, and barrel. Nobody saw it coming.
That's crazy. Yeah, but I understand what you're talking about. And I mean, you know, when it comes to matters of the heart, and we talking about marriage, because marriage is the highest level of commitment that you can have, you know, and so many people just play around with it, and the expectations that some people have for it sometimes are so lofty and unrealistic, but people still expect other people to try to live up to it, and it can be ridiculous, but here we are. So just like a lot of people think that because a woman has kids by a man and was married to a man, that she should automatically get the house to raise the kids. You know, that's why I say I'm on the fence about it, because I'm not, you know, it's just not automatic. It's just not automatic. Sometimes it might be a situation where, listen, she should just be happy that the boy ain't kill her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there are situations like that.
Like, you talk about keeping the house because you got the kids. Listen, just be glad not to have a. Yeah, you might want to get out of that house in order to prevent that from being the scene of the murder suicide. And I hate, and I'm not even joking about that, because it goes.
That's not a joke. It's happened.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. It
happens all the time.
Way more than we would like for it to happen.
Nobody can have you mentality.
Mm-hmm. Or that crime of passion. You ain't getting away. You ain't getting away with this bullshit. Enough is a motherfucking enough. Yeah. You know. So yeah, it's a tough situation, but there's such a double standard, the way I see it, when it comes to men and women, because men are just supposed to just relinquish theirs. I'll tell you one thing though. I know a man who got divorced, and he takes the situation about a man losing his house, he takes it very, very personal. He takes it like when you, it's almost like when you listen to him, it's like, Like, okay, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna tell you this: he wouldn't give up his house for shit. Like, nope, no. And I'm like,
but then you got that part of people who idolize possession. That's another part you didn't throw in there. You know, some people just want possession.
It might have been a really nice house.
Yeah. You know, they just want to say, I have.
Yeah.
You know, or look at me, look what I have. See, that's another part to this. Like you said, the guy you know, he ain't giving up his house.
He ain't giving up his house.
Is it spiteful? Or is it just to say, I have a house?
No, with him, it was more about for him to hear him explain it, it's about fairness. He doesn't feel like it's fair that a woman always gets rewarded everything in a custody in a divorce settlement. I mean, he has some valid points, but he has more.
The same way about custody.
He
feel the same way about custody of kids.
Yeah.
The mother could stand on the corner and the judge could ride past and give her $40 and get a shot, but he show up in the courtroom, he's still gonna give her custody of the kid. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
That is the way it goes.
You got a damn little kill kid, and then then they'll take the rest of them away.
Yeah, it's just the expectations that men are supposed to. It's like no matter how we get screwed in a situation, some people look at it like we just got to take that on the chin. I don't agree with that. I don't all the way agree with that. But it happens. It happens, and it's just something that we have to deal with. I ain't all the way mad at it, but it's something that we have to deal with. Carol, I want to thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. We're about to get on about it here. We already over. We overtime. But if you still want to speak, just let me know. But yeah, it is. It's a tough situation, where in a marriage, men get hurt, women get hurt. But for some people, they only believe that women get hurt. And that's not true. That's not true. Some people just really think that a man is supposed to take it on the chin. Sometimes he just can't take it. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. Sometimes the loss is just too great. And, feelings really, really get hurt. Hold on. Let me get Carol back on here. You all right now? You plug your phone in?
Yeah, my phone just died. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. You got to charge that thing sometimes during the day.
But it's fully charged. I don't know. It just dropped the call.
You got T-Mobile?
Of course.
Oh yeah, but that's the reason. That's the reason. Yeah. Ask me how I know. You know what I mean? They like just call back.
Look, it used to happen with AT&T too. So don't.
Okay. All right. Oh, I ain't saying T-Mobile is bad, but they known for them drop calls. I'm trying to tell you, they known for them drop calls. When you talking mobile to mobile, you talking to somebody else that's on T-Mobile. If the call drop, y'all can just chalk it up to both of y'all was wrong. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Like just call them back. You know what I'm saying? Remember back in the day?
And then I was trying to call back and it wouldn't work. I couldn't even make the call. So I don't know what the heck happened.
I saw it coming up. It was like blinking. It would come up, then it would go out. I was like, okay, yeah, we having some. Yeah, I was thinking like maybe she tired of talking, but I don't know. It's a little back and forth. Remember back in the day? Remember back in the day when we had to pay for minutes? And so it was a big deal if you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. I gotta pay for that. That's right. We would call them, be like, yo, the call dropped. I shouldn't have to pay my bill for this month. You might only been on the phone for 5 minutes. Like the call dropped.
Very important call.
And that's what we used. That was a business call. That was a business call. It messed up everything. I didn't get the deal because of that. I lost exactly how much money it cost to pay y'all bill.
I was on the phone interview. Look, I was on a phone interview, and you cost me a job.
That's what we would say. That I remember them days. Like I would call and I'd be like, yo, the call dropped. I was talking to my broker. You know what I'm saying? I lost $200 on that call. Exactly the amount of my bill. So y'all, hey, it's your fault.
Y'all gonna have to credit me.
And they would a lot of times they would credit you a good amount. Like that drop call was a big deal. So yeah, but yeah, getting back to the topic, it's a hard situation because just like I was talking about in the beginning, you know, sometimes you know that it's best for you to get divorced, but you don't really want to do it. You know what I mean? You're stuck between doing what's right and doing what feels good, and even what makes you feel good ain't right, and it don't make you feel that good, but it may make you feel like what you're used to feeling, and you've already gotten comfortable with being uncomfortable. You've already gotten familiar with a feeling that's strange. You know, it's tough. It really is. It's a tough situation.
Let's take the kids out of the equation and just deal with the marriage and the property.
No, because we leaving the kids in. We leaving the kids in because I ain't giving my wife no house. She ain't got no kid. Like for what? I seen her check stub. She getting paid. You know, she making 6 figures. I'm making 5. I'll be goddamn if you get in this house.
So you wouldn't even sign over the house, no?
So I don't know. It would depend. Like, I have a certain sense of justice. I believe in being fair, and I believe in doing what's right. So if I'm dead wrong in a situation, I'm not going to try to bust a move. You understand what I'm saying? In a situation where I know that there may be equal wrong or whatever, then I'm probably not going to stand down. And that's regardless of who makes more or whatever, because I'm not really concerned about those things. Many women I've dealt with in the past they've all made more money than me for the most part at certain times in my, well, not the whole time, but in a pack, I would say from 2010 till about 2000 and maybe 18. Just about everybody I dealt with made 6 figures. And I wasn't even close. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I know about some women who make decent money, it definitely it gives some confidence, it gives some arrogance, and it doesn't necessarily make a person worthy of anything. Now, you know, knock on wood, I've never been in a situation where anybody I've dealt with ever tried to put me down or whatever. Because I mean, not to brag, but you can't diss me that way because I don't give a fuck what you got. You know what I mean? Because one thing I know is that people make money, but money really doesn't make them. And if it does make you, then you can easily be undone. You understand what I just said? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I definitely get it.
Yeah, because a 6-figure salary has never killed anybody's insecurity. And when you know a person's soft spot, and they know you know it, they know that you could easily just go ahead and touch it. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to do it, but they know what they know they skating on thin ice. Like, they might have on the prettiest skates, and they doing tricks and all of that, but they staying away from that. They staying away from that that part of the ice where they know they can fall in it. So but yeah, it doesn't always matter who makes the most money. When it comes to a situation where there's love, where there's affection, and where there's some type of compassion and a lot of understanding, it never matters how much you're making, because that most people who make a lot of money will give up all of their money for a situation where they can have love. That's just the way it is. And yeah,
people just want to be happy.
And unfortunately,
just want to be happy.
Yeah, unfortunately, some people take advantage of that, unfair advantage of it. Like, well,
like,
so you'll give up all of this. Well, we gonna go shopping, and I'm gonna be so sweet to you. I love you. I love you so much. Are we going to the Gucci store? We going to the Gucci store. I love you. It's fucking crazy. But yeah,
niggas be wanting to suck toes and stuff.
Wait, what's wrong with that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, if you'd have said lick ass or some shit like that, I'd be like, no, we're not doing that. But if a woman keeps her feet clean, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all go to pedicures, y'all go get y'all pedicure, and that's essentially a foot lick. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't involve a tongue. But I bet you for a few more dollars, y'all would be willing to get a couple of taste buds on it. But anyway, listen, all I'm saying, listen, for all my toe suckers out there, y'all gonna have to stand up and stop letting people dish you. Now, y'all asshole eaters, I can't do nothing for y'all. I don't know. I don't understand it. I ain't never seen an ass that was so clean you can eat off it. You ain't got no plate ass. There's no way you can have a plate. All right. Anyway.
We gotta move on.
You're right. You're right. I was
opening the floodgates to hell.
That's right. I was on the right track, and you see, now that's proof. That is proof that when I try to do the right thing, here you come throwing me off track and making me go far left. I was doing the right thing.
It ain't me.
I was focused. I was doing the right thing. It's you. It's you. Okay. And it's a fact that I'm going to highlight every chance I get from here on in. All right.
I'm sure you will. But anyway, no, there is no one solution for this topic, because it can go all kinds of ways, because there are so many scenarios to this.
Yeah, it is. Really are.
Mm-hmm. Nothing can be concrete in this.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It can't.
I think at this point, the thing it comes down to is the individuals involved. How much they want to give and how much the other wants to take.
Right.
That's just my take on it, because, somebody going to feel some kind of way regardless of how it goes down.
That's true. It would be great if kids made you always do the right thing, but for some people it has the opposite effect. But they mask it, and they use kids as pawns to do their negative bidding, and it's just not right. So because of the kids, I got the house. Because of the kids, I got the car. Because of the kids, I get the money. I'm like, oh, okay. That's your kids are the trump card.
Yeah, exactly. Because there are some people out here that are going to use, again, those kids as pawns to get what they want. It's unfair to the children, but if you've seen it, I've seen it, everybody's seen it.
Yeah. Now, I do think it's all right for your kids to use your kids to get out of a speeding ticket. I do think that's fair. That, you know what I'm saying? Because
I didn't go left. You went left.
But I'm telling you what I honestly believe. I do think that is fair for, you know, your kids to get you out of a speeding ticket, because if you got to pay $100 and something for a speeding ticket, isn't that taking food right out of their mouths? Isn't it?
I knew you were going to come up with something. I knew you would. You would rationalize this one way or the other.
Well, let me ask you this, Carol.
And I guess your excuse to the police officer is, I got to get the kid to the hospital.
Or something. But if I have to pay $150 for a speeding ticket, let me ask you this. Who really benefits from that, Carol? Who? Have you ever felt it? Have you ever felt safe because these speeding tickets got racked up and the county got all this money? Have you, Carol? I don't think so.
See what had happened was I had an uncle who could do stuff for that. Look, I got a ticket. I got a ticket, and they was gonna put points on my license. Okay. Called my uncle, like, yo, and he said, "Where you at?" I mean, this was before cell phones. I had to literally get out of my car from a payphone and call him.
Yeah.
And he said to me, "Where you at?" I told him. He says, "Well, what happened?" I told him. The stupidest thing was, I made a left turn, okay? The sign for the left turn was one of those ones that's up in the air real high. Okay, so you don't see it at night, right?
Yeah.
However, the sign was turned the wrong way. The cop follows me for a whole block. Then he puts his lights on. So I pull over. Now I'm scared to death, okay? So I called my uncle, and I said, told him what happened. He said, hold on. He sent somebody to see where the sign was, right?
Yeah.
Now, I done rode back around the block because I couldn't see the sign. And then when I rode back around the block, I noticed that it was turned the wrong way. So he sent a cop out there. He calls him up. He goes, yo, Sarge, the sign is up in the air, and it's pointing the wrong way. He said, give me the damn ticket number. I escaped.
Well, that's good for you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you didn't become Sandra Bland before Sandra Bland became Sandra Bland. Rest in peace to Sandra Bland. Yeah. That's the most important thing.
But chewed out that night.
You know?
I think somebody got their butt chewed out that night. How you gonna give somebody a ticket? He's just an overzealous cop. I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, cops.
I didn't get no point.
Back in the days, you used to just be able to show a cop some cleavage or something, get out of a ticket. Now, they gotta. Well, let's just put it this way: it's gonna cost a lot more than $40. All right, we gotta get on the body. I gotta do these birthdays.
Wait a minute, before we go, I used to carry a card. Like you get a card, a business card. I had plenty of them. I used to carry them. I get pulled over by the cops. I show them the card. They'd be like, "Oh, okay, see you."
Yeah, I had that. A cop friend gave me that card before. It was called a courtesy card. That cop took the courtesy card and still live stopped my car. I never forget shit. I was like, "Can I have my card back?" He was like, "Nah." I was like, "Well, what's the courtesy?" He was like, "The courtesy is that you not getting locked up." I was like, "No, I ain't do nothing to get locked up, officer." He hooked my. I was pissed. It was that day. Listen, it was that day that I knew that white cops were no good. See, I was a big fan of white cops before then.
Yeah, okay. You ain't never been a fan of white people, period.
Listen, I loved white cops, white women, and all of that before that incident. It just totally it obliterated everything. You know what I mean?
If you say so. If you say so.
It is what it is. I mean,
yeah,
love is love. All right. Let me do these birthday shout outs. Listen, I really appreciate you calling in. Go. All right. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
All right, peace.
Isn't she the greatest? She's most certainly is. Appreciate you calling in. Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 4th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, my girl Kai Hawkins. Happy birthday to you, Kai Hawkins, and also Maji Hawawa, or it's actually Hawa. Happy birthday to you and Karen Eldridge. Happy birthday to you and Kawanza Newell. Happy birthday to you and Dom Halian and Passia Woods. And last but not least, go get her, my girl, Salandra Rice. Her name used to be Salandra Lady Rice. Happy birthday to you. And she done married herself an African. So her last name is let's see, Salandra Rice Adaloye. Oh, sounds Nigerian. She might be scammy. All right, we're not gonna do that. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 4th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on it to the damn to rock out. Rock on it to the damn rock out. Rock on it to the damn thing and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, you're talking about marriage, you're talking about spousal situations, and now you're talking about the house, and you're talking about the kids, and you're talking about who should get the house and the kids, who should get the kids in the house. If they got the kids, should they automatically get the house? If they got the kids, should they get automatically the house? If they got the kids, should they automatically get the house? If they got the kids, should they automatically get the house? If they got the kids, should they get the house? If they are your ex-spouse, you got to really think about it for a couple of minutes and try to work it out. Well, they might be automatically inclined to get that, or they might not be able to get none of that. It's up to you. It's up to the situation. It's up to the way you feel. It's up to your frustration. It's up to your pettiness. It's up to a lot of mess. Yo, shit, it get messy in a situation where people are married. At the end of the day, you're going to follow your heart and you're going to do what you think is best. And more than likely, you're going to be doing what you think is best for that exact time. That exact
60 seconds.
One moment in time. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that there are situations where it may be the best situation to just go ahead and let whoever has custody of the kids have the house, but it's not 100% etched in stone that that's the best way to be. I want to thank y'all for coming on through. That's what I want to do. It's for coming on through. That's what I want to do. Peace to all my day ones and my everydays and my brand news. I want to thank y'all. That's what I want to do. That's my word, and that's how we think, and that's how it's going down. Shit does stink. But when you're married and things do happen, and they're going to happen, whether or not you still rapping to your spouse or your ex, somebody else, yo, you gotta do what's best for your emotional health. Yeah. I want to thank y'all for coming through. Make sure y'all come through tomorrow night. What we talking about tomorrow night? Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Tomorrow night. We're gonna do it like we did last night because I made up a bunch of titles today, but I haven't really worked them out. Like the way my brain works, like I'll go ahead and put it in there, but I'm like, well, I haven't really worked this out. I haven't worked it out, so I can't say it right now. I can't, but it's gonna be fly. I got options, and I would read. No, we're not gonna do that. See y'all tomorrow night, 7:00. Thanks for coming on through. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all like the show before y'all get over and out of here. Appreciate it. For my blog talkers, I'm going to get you out of here. I said my blog talkers, it's been a hell of a year so far, and I had a hell of a good day, and I'm glad to be able to say, hey, Will Horn, thanks for coming through. Better late than never. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace, Instagram. Peace, Instagram. And for my YouTubers, peace, 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 peace.